Welcome back to another episode of Cashing Out. I'm your host, Billy Alvaro, co-host, cousin, and partner, Wayne Hartard. We are Easy Sell Property Solutions. We're located right over here in Holbrook, New York. You want to find out more information about us? Go online, easysell411.com, by phone, 631-400-EASY. Just a quick plug before we get into today's segment. We're buying houses all over Nassau, Suffolk, Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx. We're not buying in Manhattan. We are buying Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania's coming shortly. If you have a house that you want to sell, we don't care where it's at, what condition it's in. We don't care, what's going on with the property. If you have a house, we definitely want to make an offer to buy it. Give us a call, 631-400-EASY. That's 631-400-EASY. Or go online to easysell411.com. Cuz, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing phenomenal, my man. How are you? You had a good weekend?
Doing good.
Got flexing.
Did the gym thing today this morning. I had the accountant. I've been up since 4. I had 4 meetings. Went to the gym, did Tommy the accountant. I'm here with you. I have like 6 or 7 other meetings today. I'm just rocking.
I think we're some of the ones that we don't sleep, but we get up very, very too early.
I don't know.
3:30. I was up this morning.
3:30 in the morning.
3:30. You were up at 4. We just get up way too early.
Nah, we get up. We seize the freaking day. We get up and make shit happen.
Well, it is what it is.
That's what we do. We make shit happen.
Rise and grind.
So here's what we're gonna do today. What we're
gonna do
today.
You like to spring things on me.
I was springboard. You know me. I don't never tell you what the hell's
going on.
The guy
doesn't tell me what we're gonna do sometimes.
So today, I'm actually gonna interview you, my cousin, on the radio. Yes, we're gonna. I wanna get your story out there to people, for people to understand what you did, how you got into this business, and what we're doing today, what you're doing today specifically. So before we get into the questions, again, if you have a property and you want to sell it, give us a call, 631-400-EASY. We buy properties all over Nassau, Suffolk, Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx. No matter what your situation is, if you have a home, we can make you a fast offer, an easy offer right over the phone, or we can come out to your property, inspect it, and make the offer there. Now, I've been doing this business full-time since 2008, 2009, right around there. It was a decision I made to get into this full-time. I've always bought and sold properties, but never at this scale, never at the level I'm at now. When I started doing this for the first, I think it was like 2 years, 2.5 years, and then you came up, right? 2.5, maybe 3 years, 2011? 2010. And then you started cold calling for me, right? When you first came back in at night, you were cold calling?
Yeah,
so let's rewind. Let's go all the way back. So you, initially when I had the mortgage bank, this was years ago.
That was...
You actually interned for me at the mortgage bank.
I did. My last year in college when I was at CB Post.
What year was that around?
That was 2000.
2000.
No, wait, I graduated. What am I saying? I graduated high school 2000, so 2004. So I must have done that late 2003. It was my junior year or my senior year of college.
2003.
It might have been 2003 or 2004. It might have been 3, my junior year, yep.
I think at one time I had the whole family working there. All the cousins.
There was a couple of them. Yeah, a lot of the ones did. I was still in school because I was playing sports. So I had, so my junior year, 2003. I came in and did an internship. That was for 3 credits for CW Post. And
I remember I specifically remember one deal you got over the phone. You're like, I don't understand. This guy has like $3 million of tax liens.
I still remember that guy.
Do you remember?
I still remember that guy's name.
What was his name?
Dockery, Denzel Dockery.
Is that sick?
Yeah, remember? And he had he was buying tons of
tax liens all around the United States.
That was like, what, 18 years old? I mean, that was...
Because it was an asset. He had it on his balance sheet.
And he wanted to do, he was basically trying to get like HELOCs, and he wanted to just be able to write checks on tax liens. And I was lost. It was probably 8 o'clock. I was grinding it out by myself.
Yeah. You brought it to me the next day.
And you just walk down and like, yo, I need your help. I get on the phone. You're like, all right, listen in. And we actually, you got on the phone with that guy.
That was a
good relationship. Yeah, that was a very smart guy. He had owned half the panhandle of Florida, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, he bought that. So listen, I mean, you can make money in real estate. There's so many different ways to invest, and that's just one of the ways. Yeah. Tax lien certificates, buying them. I mean, it's a fantastic, fantastic way.
So memories. So that was 2003, and in 2004, I was supposed to actually, when I graduated college, I was supposed to come work for you. And
Full time.
I was supposed to come work full time. I was going to go to Global. And I took a trip out to, where did I go? I went to San Diego.
Right.
Well, me and my buddies went out to San Diego, and all of our friends I was working for a company called The Light Group. So we had Jet East, and they had Light in New York City.
You were a club guy. You were like working the club scene.
I was working multiple jobs. I used to, bar whatever I could do on the side.
You were hustling
so I was
back
always
then.
working on the weekends, and a lot of those guys, there were all a bunch of, it was also Sachem and Connecticut guys. A lot of them went out prior. They went out to, when they opened up Light in Vegas. And we went out and visited them. And these guys were just killing it out there. They were making good money for young kids. They were hanging out. They were living in Vegas, dirt cheap. They were buying houses already. So I remember.
So they were investing in real estate back then.
They were investing in real estate back then. It was 2000. That must have been 2003, 2004. They were buying out there. So we went out and visited them. And I always had that job, so we had a job lined up. So I actually said, "Oh, listen, Bill, give me a year. I was going to go out there and bartend. I was going to go to Vegas for a year and bartend."
I remember that.
And you said,
"Give me a year."
Take it. You're like, "I did it. I went down to Fort Lauderdale."
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
he said, "You'll be back. You'll be back." So that was 2004, and I said I would go out there for a year, and that turned out to be 6 years.
So you were out there 2010, you came back.
2004, I went out there, yeah, and I actually did very, very well. I lived a very good life.
So what did you do? You started managing bars?
I did every line-level position. Yeah, I worked in the Bellagio. The first place I worked was Caramel. You had Caramel and you had a light nightclub, those were like the hottest items back then. That was 2004. I worked as a bartender, then I moved up to a bar manager. And by the time I was 20, I was probably 25. I was 25, 26. I took on my first general manager role. I was the youngest general manager inside of like 4 or 5 hotels. Responsible for $20, $30 million nightclubs.
Do you have to be a little bit of an asshole when you're
Absolutely. The company I worked for, I learned a lot from the light group, but those guys were different. They were more tyrant. So they made you manage by fear.
See, that's not good.
So it was a little bit different. It was a little bit different. And back then, you had so many.
I mean, that's their model, but I'm not really into that model. The iron fist doesn't work.
It was a different world back then. There was the unions didn't have any
no
say,
pull,
no control. So it was completely different. So I was able to move very, very quick. But back then, there was so many people waiting for jobs. So you had bartenders.
Well, let me just get into something here for a second. So with that process, because you have very unique management skills that you've learned. Did you say you learned this in college? Did you learn this when you were at the bar scene? Like, because you have this unique ability when it comes down to management.
Yeah, so that was I think it was something you didn't learn that in college. I'm gonna be honest with you. You didn't learn.
You didn't learn college.
Yeah, you didn't learn
so
how to set up systems. You didn't learn how to attention for detail or service industry. You didn't learn that in college. You didn't learn systems in college.
So did they teach you this? Was it?
Yeah. So actually, one thing that was different from the Light Group and a lot of other big companies out in Vegas, the Light Group was much more organized. So we actually had sequence of services. We had manual. We were different from other companies. Our service was by far some of the best.
Right. And is it because of the training, and is it because of the systems they employed?
That was the training. That was part of this. That was part of the management team hammering down the training. That was the hiring process that we had. That was the people that we had.
Right.
Our team would make the most amount of money, so we were the busiest nightclubs, restaurants, and/or pools. So we just had a different level of service. Bottle service was completely different. If you went to a Light Group venue from 2004 to 2009, it was just another world before everybody got saturated.
So you're out there, you're doing this light thing, you're in the bar scene. Then you had an interest in doing real estate at one point, because I was doing the mortgages for years. Mortgages, flipping properties, but never flipping at this scale. I was investing and doing things, but not like this.
So I started buying properties. I remember calling back to you probably in late 04. I bought my first property out there. It was in a master plan community. I was renting for the first 6 months, and I'm like, holy shit, you can buy properties out here. So I bought my first property late 04. I remember calling you about it, telling you.
Did you do creative financing, nothing down?
Oh yeah, it was nothing down. I was out of college 6 months. I was able to get.
You had a pulse, you breathed, and you were able to get a loan back then.
It was my first property was great. $275,000 was a brand new property, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms in a gated community. You had a pool, park, jacuzzi. You had a little clubhouse. It was phenomenal. I had trails to run in. It was phenomenal. Right. Everybody was home doing nothing with themselves, and here I am. Let me buy a house, $275,000, brand new. Everybody could come out and visit me. Yep. 2-car garage. It was beautiful. So I bought the first one in 04. And that was a new community. It was called a master plan community. It was called Mountain's Edge. So like literally, if you were there 2 or 3 years prior in Vegas, that shit didn't even exist.
Right.
That area didn't exist. I bought that one. I was there about a year, and I said, listen, I want to buy another one as a rental. They were building a brand new community across the street. So I remember my roommate and I, we literally, you would pay people back then to go online and wait so you can buy in phase 1 to phase 4, because if you did, you could flip in phase 10 or 11 by the time they finished the complex. They make $25,000, $30,000. Sure. It was insane. So it was like concert tickets. You'd pay somebody. So I remember paying two of the busboys that worked for us at that point now, and he would go and they would just sit there all night and they would wait for us to get 1 to 4. Me and my buddy, we bought 1 to 4. I bought that one as it was going to be a rental. He bought one. He was going to move into it. And that one, I remember buying that one for I think it was like $180 I bought it for. Brand new condo, 3 bedrooms.
2 minutes.
Oh,
yeah, 2 minutes. Okay, keep going.
So I bought that one, and we'll talk about in the second segment how I lost all of those because that market completely tanked. But that's how I wanted to start dabbling to real estate. I wanted to start buying
I wanted to get into the next segment. So you're out there, you're doing your thing, and then you went to a seminar or some crap. Did you go to a seminar?
I did, yeah.
And what was the seminar?
So I went to an Armando Montalongo.
Armando.
Yeah, I went to an Armando. He came to Vegas, and I saw that.
The 3-day seminar?
Yeah, I went to one of those, and I said to myself,
got you excited. Really didn't teach you a lot, but he got you excited.
No, they did, but they had an idea. And I remember seeing those guys, and then a couple weeks later, I remember seeing we were watching TV, watching Flip This House, that was when Stan and those guys were big.
Yeah,
they just started getting on Flip This House. So it was Armando and it was Stan. Those guys were going around the country at that time. They were both on that TV show, and I remember both of them coming to Vegas and sitting and going to their events, and that's what started me. So yeah. So we'll
All right, so listen, we're down to a minute before we have to take a commercial break. If you are out there, I'm interviewing my cousin Wayne Hartard today, and I'm interviewing for a reason because I'm going to start slowly handing over the reins to Mr. Hartard so he can start running the business. And I want everybody out there to understand what he's about, where he's come from, and what he's about to do. If you want to sell your property for cash, I want you to call 631-400-EASY. If you want to see what we can make you an offer, a fair price offer, give us a call, 631-400-EASY, or online, EasySell411.com. We'll be right back right after these messages. Welcome back. This is Billy Alvaro, Wayne Hartard. We are Easy Sell Property Solutions. If you're looking to sell your property for cash, give us a call, 631-400-EASY. We have a program, it's called the Easy Way Out. It literally is the fastest, easiest, most hassle-free way to sell your home, bar none. I don't care if you had your house on the market with a realtor for a while, if you're just considering selling. If you give us a call and you allow us 15 to 20 minutes with you over the phone, you will quickly realize that the Easy Way Out, like I said before, it's the fastest, easiest, most hassle-free way to sell your home, bar none. If you're looking for an offer, give us a call, 631-400-EASY, or online, EasySell411.com. Today I'm interviewing my cousin and my partner, Wayne Hartard. We're talking about his background. We touched on the fact that he was managing these large nightclubs. He got his managerial experience from back then. Now fast forward, you decided to get out. You were leaving Vegas. You came in. Now this is where I want to go into where the hustle starts to happen. So there's a lot of guys and girls out there who want to get into our business, into the business of buying homes and renovating homes. Or there's people out there that want to do something more to make money, and yet they'll work one job, they'll work 40, 50 hours a week, and they're stuck in a dead-end job that they consider, but they won't do anything more to better themselves, like hustle at night, take a side job, learn something, study. You came out here, you were working at your father's company at Florence Building Supply, where he works, and you were working 45, 50 hours a week there, if I'm not.
Minimum, yeah, we did 50 there, and then I would come work with you.
You would leave there, come here at night, and you would dial for dollars. I had you on the phone cold calling for like 4 or 5 hours a night.
Yeah, I would leave. Listen, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I lost everything. When I left Vegas, I lost all my properties. I was literally short sale and foreclosure, and out there it's a different non-judicial state. So when they want to come, they take everything back.
Yeah, it's different from New York.
It was tough. Mentally, that's why I try to always understand what everyone's coming through, and that's why we have a short sale division that helps people, because I was there. Nobody knew what a short sale was when I was losing it, so I was like, oh, what do I do? They came quick, so they took everything.
You called your cousin Billy, they figured it out in 15 minutes.
Literally sold every piece of furniture I had in every house, and I wiped out. I said, I'm out of here, I'm leaving Vegas. And I came home, my tail between my legs. And I had to grind through that, because if I would have let that all get to me, I would have completely failed. But I came home, and listen, this is what it is. I went back in my parents' basement.
By the way, I've lived there once.
That same basement that everyone's lived in. So if you ever lose everything,
I lived in that basement.
My parents have a very, very nice apartment in their house. It's phenomenal. So that basement's very, very comfy. You ever need a place to stay. So I was literally there, and I would work. I took a logistics specialist job at Florence, where I was actually going into different parts of the company where I could actually help them and make changes, almost like a consulting gig, which was phenomenal. And I was there probably 50 hours a week minimum. And then I would leave there every single day, either go to the gym or go right to your place, and then go to the gym late at night. And we would be 5 to 9 o'clock just hammering out the phones, you and I. And I didn't care. If not later. And then creating systems and setting the tone for what we have today. But I literally, I don't know if I ever slept. I don't think I slept for those.
Well, you don't sleep now. It runs in the family. I don't sleep either. If I get 4 hours a night,
we're just always going. But that strive is what got us to where we are today.
Well, listen, there's a thing we speak about in the office. I preach all the time. It's whatever it takes. What we have a thing in the office. We do it with our guys every day from 8:55 to 9:05. We have the daily huddles, and at the end of the huddles are meant for getting the KPIs, the key performance indicators out there, so we understand where we are for that day, week to month, month to date, the whole 9 yards. And then at the end of it, it's all about the mindset. No matter what's going on in their life, we end it with, what are you going to do? And everybody screams, yells in unison, whatever it takes. And the thing is, you were doing that, I was doing that before we even started saying this inside the office about whatever it takes. It's how we live. Yeah. We do whatever it takes to get things done. Regardless of how much time, how much energy, how much money, we are going to do whatever it takes to make things happen.
And now everybody sees that. Now it's literally imprinted in everyone's mind throughout the business. And that's what's phenomenal, because we live and sleep by that.
But isn't it funny though that people, they look at success and they don't realize the years of freaking struggle that it takes to get where you are. They don't realize the not sleeping, the 16, 18, 20-hour days of working and doing the hustle. They look at, wow, those guys are lucky.
Yeah.
Wow, those guys really timed the market the right way. Hell no!
No, it didn't happen that way. Folks, how many people out there own a business? How much do you take out of your business the first couple of years? There's nothing. I mean,
reinvest right back in.
It's like this. It's the high of being an entrepreneur. You're literally on the high, then 10 minutes later you're on the low, then you're back up, but you have to always stay consistent, and that's what we always did. And you have to do that, and people forget about that. They forget about where it all started and where you actually came from. The sacrifices you made for how many years to get to where you're going to be today. Most people don't want to do that. Most people won't ever do that. They won't sacrifice anything to be in a better place tomorrow. And that's it. And when you get this, like you always say, you're always big on the mindset. When you get this wired correctly, anything is possible. But most people, I could have, when you lost your business and you were millions of dollars in debt, you could have just gave up. I could have gave up when I lost properties and said, you know what, screw it, I lost money in real estate, I'll never get involved in real estate. No, that actually made me turn the other way and say, now I want to fucking master real estate.
Yeah.
I want to know everything that I can do. I want to know how people bought my properties at an auction, and I want to master that now. I want to do that. So I took it the other way around. Most people, when they get beat up, they just stay down.
Yep.
I just didn't want to I wanted to master it and get back up.
Listen, most people that get hurt and get hit, they 100%, they just kind of like fall by the wayside. And I've had guys that I've known over the years who have climbed some serious heights. And when they got hit, and it's inevitable, if you're going to grow and be successful, you're going to have to understand that you're going to fail, you're going to get hit, you're going to get knocked down, you're going to get beat the crap out of. But it's those who get up and those who keep on pressing forward by changing what they've done before. Those who keep on doing the same freaking thing over and over. I mean,
definition of insanity. Right?
There's no hope.
You can't expect a different result if you do the same thing.
And I know guys who have given up. They've gotten regular jobs. They put their tail between their legs. I know of other guys who they pick themselves up. They try to get it going again, and yet they make the same freaking mistake they made 6 years ago. They don't learn. So I don't know. This conversation is kind of going all over the place.
It's different. It's a different mindset. We always want to be somewhere better the next day forward. And failing forward is a good thing. Most people don't understand it. How many times have we talked about that? Guys, you can fail forward in life. You have to fail to get to the next level.
I encourage it. I respect it. I'm looking forward to just keep on tripping forward because you learn. You pick yourself up and you keep on going forward.
Folks, we tell the real story. That's what I get. Sometimes true entrepreneurs don't tell you. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that goes in to get to where you go, and there's a lot of failure, and you need to speak about that. And I think that's what's nice about us is that we talk about the real shit. We're not sugarcoating it. We talk about deals that are good and some deals that are bad.
Listen,
I want to be transparent. I mean, that's one thing that you and I always said as moral values of the company. Be transparent. Let everybody know what really is going on, and we have no problem divulging that.
Transparency and also congruency.
Yeah.
I think your words, what you say, and how you act, what you do is extremely important because there's a lot of people out there who say one thing yet they do something else. And I got to tell you, man, congruency, transparency, it's in my DNA. It's in my value system. It's what I believe. It's what I preach. It's what I practice.
Being real.
Preach and practice.
It's being
you
real.
Can't preach and not practice.
Well, that's most people up there. Most people that are talking about it usually either never did it. That's what's sad about it too. They're not in the game. How many times do we help the other people out? They're either flipping properties or in this real estate investment business, and they're like, I can tell the difference when you guys talk. You guys know your shit. You've been through it. You're not just telling me what you read out of a book.
And guess what though? If we don't know it,
we figure it out.
But we don't bullshit either. Yeah. We're not going to sit there. I'm not going to be an expert at something I'm not an expert in.
No, of course not.
If I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, there's certain things in real estate, I'm not a subject to guy. I'm not a lease option guy. That's not who I am. I'm not that guru.
Yeah.
You're not that guru. If I wanted to learn it, I'd pick it up, I'd learn it, master it, and I would execute the crap out of it and make it happen.
Yeah.
But listen, let's just change for 1 second. Today, this is Billy Alvaro, my cousin Wayne Hartard. We own a company called Easy Sell Property Solutions. If you're listening out there, we're just having a little conversation about life, about my cousin Wayne, what he's gone through, where he's at today. If you have a house that you want to sell, we buy properties all day, every day for cash. We have a system called the Easy Way Out. And when I tell you it literally is the fastest, easiest, most hassle-free way to sell your home, I'm not just saying it. It's true. We have clients on the record who, they've had some really hard, tricky situations. And the thing that an easy deal is an easy deal. Somebody's in an easy situation, that's an easy one for us. We can make you an offer, no problem. But if you have something that's really tricky, really sticky, you have issues with title, you're having issues with, the death of a loved one, if you have estate problems, divorce problems, if you have foreclosure problems, C of O problems, we specialize, the name of our company, Easy Sell Property Solutions, we specialize in creating solutions unique to your situation. We don't cookie cut, we don't put everybody in a box. We interview you, we find out what your needs and wants are, what your desires are, what the problem is, if there is one, and then we put together a program to suit your needs. We close on your timeline. If you have a home that you're looking to sell, give us a call. We'd love to buy it. 631-400-EASY, 631-400-EASY. One more time, 631-400-EASY. Give us a call. It takes 15 to 20 minutes. That's it. You can go online, easysell411.com. I'm getting the 1 minute plunge over here. What do you want to close with, Cuz? With 1 minute plunge. We have 1 minute left. What do you want to close with?
Folks, if you're out there, you gotta realize you could always in life, you could fail forward. You gotta take chances in life. You do not be afraid to lose. Do not be afraid to fail. Get your mind straight all the time. You get this mind focused, you can do anything, put anything together.
Bada boom!
That's it.
Love you, brother.
Yeah,
this is Billy Alvaro, Wayne Hartard, Easy Sell Property Solutions. Look us up online. Give us a call, 631-400-EASY. We're out.